Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make a beautiful tea towel with this verse from Psalm 150 verse 6 that says, "Let everything that has breath praise the Lord." And we're going to make it, right now we're going to make one that is fall themed, and then I will switch it up later after the second one is dry and paint it for Christmas. So as you were hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. All right, so everything starts with this beautiful new design. I love it. And I'm using some of the Magnolia Design Company tea towels, some ink, some paint brushes, some water, just a few things like that. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is open up my tea towel, and stay with me because this is the pretty straightforward part. The next part will be more fun, and we're going to paint sort of like this. Do you guys remember when we did this project, this bag? Not in as much detail because the open spaces are smaller for this design. But anyways, first thing you want to do is determine which end you're going to stencil, and don't do the one that has the little loop or the tag. You want to do the other end of it, and I'm just throwing a piece of paper towel underneath my towel here, and if you have an inking mat, you can use that. You can use a piece of cardboard, whatever you would like. So I'm taking this off the backing and kind of getting it placed and press down. Okay, and then we're using black ink. You need ink, and I'm going to show you how to heat set in just a minute, so stay with me. You need ink for this project. This is not a project that you could do with chalk paste. And, oops. I never use any kind of paint on my stencils because I want to use them this year, next year, and the year after, and the year after. And paint ruins stencils. Plus, on fabric, it dries crunchy. And you don't want crunchy tea towels that don't wash well. You want tea towels that you can actually use. So I'm going to just put some blobs. I don't know if that's enough or too much. It's so hard to tell. I'm using a little squeegee. I'm going to show you how quick it is to just pull this ink through the holes in this mesh stencil. These are not like the old-fashioned hard, I think they're made out of mylar or something like that, those kind of stencils that that you can use paint with. These are like a silk screen type stencil. They have a ton more detail than the old-fashioned kind. They're reusable many times. They're super easy to work with. They're adhesive. They're just great. Okay, so I'm just looking to make sure I have everything covered, and I'm pulling up whatever blobs I have. Let me throw this in my tub of water. And I will show you this. This is such a nice design. I love it. Okay, so I'm throwing this in my tub of water. And when I'm all finished here, I will go out into the kitchen and I will wash it. But until then, it's soaking in some water. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's throw this over here so it can just hang to dry. And let's move on to the one that I worked on yesterday to get us all ready for today. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is fully dry. And I've already heat set it, but let me show you what that entails because it's easy. Oops, and let me get rid of this black ink so I don't get it on something that I don't want it on. Okay, so to heat set, basically when it's fully dry, this is dried overnight. I'm going to take an iron, set on medium or cotton, no steam, and a piece of parchment paper. And I'm just going to go over and over and over and over and over. You can do front and back for 3 or 4 minutes. And then it will be heat set. And it's important that you do it now before we start painting. And then also do it again before you use or wash your tea towel. So. Okay, so now we're gonna work on this, and let me get it's all ready to go. I'm gonna put a piece of parchment paper underneath it and a paper towel to absorb the excess water. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just using a glass plate from Dollar Tree. And for fall, I'm going to use pumpkin pie ink with this magnolia green, which is kind of a funky green color. But if I was doing this for Christmas, I would use this ruby red ink. And this, what is this called? Peppermint leaf. Those will be pretty. But we're going to use these. So let's just go ahead and grab a little blob. I'll show you. It's not going to take very much at all. Let's see. I need something to put this on. Well, we'll just throw it on paper towel over here. So I put a blob on my plate, and I'm going to take a blob of this magnolia green. All right, and then I'm just going to use my little mister. This is distilled water that I have in here. Because I use this to do my chalk paste maintenance, but you can use any kind of water. And basically I've just diluted this so it's more of a watercolor paint. Ooh, I almost got it on my project. Than a solid ink. Well, I see lots of people hopping on. Thanks for joining me. Okay, let's go in and find where are the leaves. And we're just going to put a little bit of paint inside of the areas where there are leaves. You could do, of course, multiple colors of paint, but to keep this simple, I'm just going to use this green and this orange. I'm just throwing this on here. The reason why we went ahead and did our heat setting before we painted was so that when I'm painting in these areas, the black ink doesn't get reactivated and mix in with my ink and look, you know, kind of dull or messy. Okay. Just do these last little leaves. Okay. Okay, did I miss any? I don't think so. So I'm going to just take a little bit of a napkin and I'm going to blot these. And like I said earlier, I will, I'll lift this up in just a second. I will heat set this also before I use it. Okay, let's get some of our orange. Just laying some of this in. I need a smaller paintbrush. It's too big. So if you have a bunch of inks, you could make a bunch of these same tea towels, but for different seasons, using different inks or different combinations of ink colors. And I think that would be very pretty. Okay, let me see where I need to keep painting. We'll just do a little bit more and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. And then I will finish this up off camera. You could add a ribbon or something at the bottom of your tea towel. These tea towels from magnoliadiy.com are really nice. They're calf brand. They wash great. They look great. They are a nice little decorative something that you can hang on your stove, but you can also use them. Okay. Getting there. Just looking to see if I missed any. Oh, yep, a couple. Well, one. Just these. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Can you guys see? I will get close-up pictures. I may come back and touch up a few little areas. But that was the idea that I wanted to show you, was to stencil a tea towel with this Let Everything That Has Breath Praise the Lord stencil. And then to come back and paint in the flowers, different colors that remind you of whatever the season is. So I chose this pumpkin and this magnolia green for fall, but if I was doing it for Christmas, I would choose the ruby red and the peppermint leaf. If I was doing it for spring, I might do light pink or yellow. Anyways, all right, well, I'm gonna let this fully dry. I will heat set it. I will get close-up pictures. If you would like a complete supply list, just let me know here in the comments and I'll get that for you. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Do a this or a this if you feel like it. Feel free to sprinkle all that normal good stuff, and I hope you